I follow this entrepreneur named Stephen Bartlett. He has this podcast called The Diary CEO. It's really brilliant. But he talks about obsession as one of the main gifts of creating something, that you have to be utterly obsessed with something in order to really get something to go. And I have to say that I agree with it. And I've never looked at that aspect of my personality as a plus. I've always looked at it as a negative thing, because a lot of times obsession, when you get obsessed about things, a lot of times they can kind of cripple you. But when I think about the things that I've actually built and been able to do, I've also been obsessed about them, and art obviously being one of them, and building Paint Your Event and all of that. But I was thinking about a really embarrassing time in high school when I used to get these massive crushes, and I would get massive crushes because I couldn't talk to boys. I would get so scared, and I would build it up in my head, and like to the point where like, I remember like I would get so nervous, I would pretend like my contacts fell out and I would like run to the bathroom. I did that stuff all the time in high school. It was amazing. But I remember one in particular where I had this big crush on this basketball player in high school, and I drew a picture of him and this massive sketchbook, and I had to put it in my friend's locker because my locker was smaller and I couldn't fit it in. And somehow he saw the drawing, and I was so embarrassed, like cringing. And then I thought, well, I've got to own it because I'm going to look crazy otherwise. So I had to show him, and it was obviously everything that you don't want to happen. And he was like totally like awkward, and I was awkward, and I was like, but all of those things, those attributes that are cringy, especially when you're younger, actually end up being the biggest pieces of like probably the shiny parts of your gifts. And I don't know, I guess I just want to say that because I've never looked at that until recently as a strength, but it absolutely is my strength. And it has been like one of the biggest pieces that has made my life interesting, and like really cool parts of my life that I like really love. So I guess I'm just saying, you know, sometimes the things that we deem are kind of bad end up being like, you know, everything has a inverse, like, you know, some of the worst things can be some of the best things. And like our biggest weaknesses can be our biggest strengths, and reverse, obviously, but it's all about how we direct it. And so, I don't know, I just thought I'd share it with my dirty, dirty hair. Happy Monday.